Live from Petty News, real live, local, and shade making. Misery loves company. I know it does. That's what people of palm coloring been doing since they lost the right to keep black people in chains. Ain't it funny that people will tell us we need to work, but felt oppression once they had to work themselves? Misery does love company, but misery started once your ancestors lost the right to keep people of black skin in chains. We was able to work in y'all houses when we was able to live right next to y'all when we was. We so violent, but we raised y'all kids when y'all didn't. Let's talk about that. We need to work. I'm sorry, that's rich coming from the people who sat on a porch and watch other people work. That's rich coming from the people who were sitting on a horse doing everything to make the person that sat on that porch rich while they sat here and complained that we did better than them when we got free. Let's talk about pulling ourselves up by that bootstrap like y'all like to talk about. Isn't it funny that when Lincoln freed my ancestors, they gave us a bank, and in less than 3 years, we had over 17 different banks that people like you stole from people like us. All that money we made, y'all stole it back and gave it to people who actually lost slaves. Made sure y'all was able to get land, but then redlined us. But let's talk about that bootstrap some more. Was it not black people who built Rosewood? Was it not black people who built up Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma? So did we not get it out the mud? But what happened to those places? I want you to really be honest with yourself and tell me if you can admit the truth. Did we not have a Black Wall Street that people of this color legitimately came and burnt to the ground? Did we not have Rosewood, Florida that people of this color came and burnt to the ground? Didn't y'all put Oscarville, Georgia under a lake? Seneca Village under a lake. Even Lake Martin in Alabama is a black town that's under a lake. Portland, Oregon has a black town that's under a lake. So did we not work our ass off to get those things? Who got jealous? It wasn't big business that was jealous. It was the ones of your ancestors who were jealous. You know, the poor ones. You know, the ones who was like, oh, that black dude's so uppity because he got a piano and I don't. But we worked our ass off to get that piano. So because I got one and you don't have one, you upset? Then wonder why your kids become the mass unalivers that they are. How do they become that? How do they become that? Because y'all taught them that if you can't have it, no one can have it. See, that's the difference between y'all and your kids. Y'all just found only black people to be immoral. Your kids find everything to be immoral. That misery love company shit mostly belongs to the poor field worker. Who are the field workers? This time I'm not talking about the black folks. I'm talking about the ones who sat on the horse and who had to sit out in that sunlight while that master got rich that y'all helped get rich, but then got mad because y'all couldn't make no money, but black people ended up making that money. Am I wrong? So let's see. Will you admit that we did get it up by our bootstraps, but y'all burnt that to the ground? Would you admit that those things happen? Or is that misery loves company really just something you want to say to get somebody to be riled up? If it was, it doesn't matter. You can hold our McNuggets.